You spent 4 years learning data structures, algorithms, and system design. You pulled all nighters debugging code that didn't compile. You solved lead code problems at midnight so you could land that dream job. And then, in 2024, a model with 1.76 trillion parameters looked at your GitHub portfolio and did everything you know how to do in 11 seconds. So, I'm going to ask you the direct question your professor never prepared you for. If AI can write cleaner code than you, debug faster than you, and deploy better than you, what exactly did you just spend 4 years learning? Stay with me because the answer isn't what you've been told. Let's talk about what's actually happening, not the headlines. The data. Devin, the AI software engineer built by Cognition Labs, autonomously resolved 13.86% of real GitHub issues. End to end, no human in the loop. That doesn't sound like much until you realize those issues that required reading code bases, writing fixes, running tests, and pushing commits. GitHub Copilot already writes 46% of code on repositories where it's enabled. Stack Overflow, the platform every developer has had open in a second tab for 15 years, lost over 50% of its traffic in 18 months. Not because developers got smarter, because they stopped asking humans and started asking models. And here's the number that should make every CS student reading this pause. Entry level software engineering job postings dropped 35% in 2024. The first rung of the ladder isn't disappearing, it's already gone. But here's what the panic gets wrong. Here's what no AI can do, and I mean this technically, not philosophically. AI cannot tell your product manager their feature idea will cause a race condition at scale and make them actually listen. AI cannot look at a legacy codebase written in 2009 by someone who no longer works there and understands the business decisions that made the architectural choice make sense at that time. AI cannot sit in a system design interview and read the room when the interviewer wants you to pivot from SQL to no SQL. Not because it's the right answer, but because that's what their current stack uses. These aren't soft skills, these are the highest leveraging engineering skills that exist. Judgment, context, stakeholder navigation, institutional knowledge. LLMs are trained on tokens, they are not trained on consequence. And consequence, knowing what breaks when you push to production at 4 pm on a Friday, is what actually makes a senior engineer irreplaceable. So, what does this mean for the student paying $60,000 a year to learn exactly what AI already knows? Here's the uncomfortable truth about modern CS education. Most universities are still teaching you to be the AI: syntax, crude operations, basic algorithms, sorting arrays. The same skills that GPT-4 learned for free from your professor's textbooks. The developers who are thriving right now are not the ones who write the most code. They are the ones who architect systems, set constraints, review AI output critically, and catch the hallucinations before they hit production. Our senior engineer directing Cursor and Copilot intelligently is now doing the output of a 5-person junior team. That is not an exaggeration, that is the current state of the industry. Which means the question is no longer can you code? The question is can you think about code at a level that the model cannot? Distributed systems thinking, security architecture, performance at scale, ethical implications of your technical decisions. That's what survives, that's what compounds in value. Everything else, the model handles it cheaper, faster, and without a salary. Intelligence hasn't been made obsolete. It's been forced to evolve faster than any generation before yours. The developers who will define the next decade are not the ones who fight AI. They are the ones who understand it deeply enough to know exactly where it fails. That is the new 10x engineer, not someone who codes faster, someone who thinks at a level the model hasn't been trained to reach yet. No panic, no noise, just the facts and what they mean for your career. Subscribe because this is exactly what this channel is built for. I'll see you in the next one.